Non-stop rock talk with Tyson Bryden. Welcome to Non-stop Rock Talk. This is your host, Tyson Bryden, coming to you from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Today, I'm very happy to welcome two members of the True Villains. How's it going, guys?
What's up? Great.
Awesome. So as we start, please kind of introduce yourselves to my listeners and tell me kind of what you guys do in the band.
I'm Beau. I'm the vocalist for True Villains.
I'm Greg. I'm the keyboard player and backing vocalist and co-member of True Villains.
Those killer background vocals.
Thanks.
Those sound amazing. And we'll get to
Thank you.
We will get to that. And you know what? I was impressed to see a keyboard player in a new band again. I mean, I grew up listening to, you know, like, of course, everybody listened to Journey, but I mean, I was a fan of Danger and Autograph and bands like that always had, I mean, I'm older, so I mean, that's the stuff I grew up with. So seeing keyboards in a new band was exciting to me again.
Same. It was exciting for me to be able to be incorporated into a modern hard rock band as a keyboardist. But it's a fun challenge. It's a cool way. You know, it's you look at the music and think about the music differently from a keyboardist perspective, and then it's a hard place to fit into, but it's really, really fun when it works. You know, it's nice.
Yeah, exactly. And it adds more depth. And I mean, I've played with keyboard players for years. And I did a Bon Jovi tribute gig for years. So obviously you had to have a keyboard player, right? And I always found that it was really nice because it kind of filled some of the space, you know what I mean? Like if you're playing as a four-piece without a keyboard player, you know, you have to do a little bit more. But with keyboards, it's really a nice texture, right?
Yeah. Sort of a glue, kind of keep everything in place, not have to move around too much.
Exactly. Now, in terms of COVID, how has it affected what you guys do as a band? Probably like every other band, there is some frustration. If you're a band, you're wanting to perform live.
We still have been performing in Nashville on Broadway doing that, but as for the original shows, we really haven't had a whole lot this year. I think we had one a handful of months ago, and then we just had one last Friday, so in the last year, we've only really done two shows like that.
Wow. Now, when did the EP come out?
It's actually not really. The original EP, you mean?
Well, the one that I have is the 4 songs on it that was sent to me. So, is that an actual release, or have you guys just kind of done the videos and?
We're just doing singles for right now. So we've released 3 songs separately. If you got 4, you probably heard one of our unreleased songs then.
Oh, yeah, the next release.
Okay, I was kind of curious about that. I mean, I got your bio and everything, but these 4 tracks, and I'm like, I mean, I was digging the 4 tracks. So, okay, so that's how it goes. Okay. Now, so performing on Broadway, are you guys doing country and rock? Like when you guys are probably doing like covers and stuff like that, because that's primarily what goes on Broadway.
It's mostly rock. We do like a couple country and some pop songs, but we like make it heavier. Cool. So it's rock. It's still rock.
Oh man, I wish I had seen you guys on Broadway because I would have totally dug that. You know, like seeing, I mean, you go into some of the bars and I know they play the odd, you know, the odd rock tune, but like to see mostly rock would be nice. So Broadway's kind of broadened its horizons a little bit, I take it.
For sure, yeah, in the last 5 or so years, but I'd still say we're definitely an outlier in terms of our, you know, the way we program our set list. It's very rock-centric, classic rock, 90s rock, you know, alternative pop, punk, stuff like that. And it's cool that the crowd seems to be okay with that.
Oh, that's that's cool. I mean, because you get a wide variety of people on Broadway, right?
Absolutely.
You know,
yeah.
I mean, I love Broadway because you know, like there's so much going on, and you've got these those bars on wheels, more or less, where you see these people like for like stageheads and stuff like that or whatever, and they're like having a great time. For people that haven't been there, there's just so much going on and people everywhere, and you hear music coming from each bar, and it's just a great vibe.
Yeah, it's sort of a little bit of an overload whenever you're kind of having to fight through a crowd and you hear all these noises and see all these lights, but it's nice whenever that was the only thing that we could do this past year. It was like, I kind of like this right now. We needed it for sure.
Definitely. Now, is 2nd Avenue totally shut down now?
I think it's opening back up. I think, right? Isn't it opening back up though?
Yeah, I was just checking that out like 2 days ago. Yeah, something like walk down the street, and a lot more of it is open now. I think you can drive down certain parts of it, or maybe the whole thing. I didn't see as much stuff blocked off, so it's open now again.
Okay, that's good. I mean, Big Shots was one of the bars that I would always go to. I liked that.
Hey,
I love that place, man.
That was my favorite place too. When I came here on vacation before I moved here, I think I hung out at that bar every day.
I was kind of the same thing. I always ended up there for some reason. It's just got a cool vibe.
Yeah.
It's got cheap drinks too, so
that was a good deciding factor as well.
We had like not too long after I'd moved to Nashville, we ended up playing a gig there for some random thing that our friends were putting together, and I was like, we finally made it.
We made it.
Played at Big Shots.
That's cool, man. I've got a couple T-shirts from there that I wear all the time just because I love the bar. It's a cool place, and it's it's nice to kind of get off of Broadway and go on 2nd Avenue because it's not as edgy. And like you said, the drinks are cheaper. I mean, I remember going into Tootsie's, and the price difference between a beer at Tootsie's and Big Shots is like unbelievable.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Like probably like an $8 difference per beer.
Yeah, I don't know how that's feasible, but whatever. It is what it is. Now playing as a original act in Nashville, where would you guys play as doing original music?
I mean, we played all of the venues. I think here in Nashville, we played at Basement East, which just got rebuilt because that got destroyed during a tornado. We played at the Cannery and the High Watt and Mercy Lounge, which is all one
big thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we played at the Cohen, which was like the Top Golf room that had just been built not too long ago. That was really cool. Exit In, The End, the OG basement.
The local.
Yeah, I think we played like every club.
Yeah. Frozen Beau.
Greg still there?
Oh, maybe not.
Oh.
He's frozen.
Let's see if he comes back. Yeah, I went to the Mercy Lounge to see the last. I guess it was probably the last year of the rock and roll residency.
Okay, yeah, when they were doing that on the Tuesday nights or something.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I think that was my second trip to Nashville, and I was like, I gotta go. So, and then I had Philip Schaus on the show about a month and a half ago, and that was cool because I mean he's one of the guys, and he's like, yeah, we don't do it anymore. So
it was cool. It was cool while it lasted. I thought that I guess that room was cool for doing it too. When I first moved to Nashville, they were doing it in a way smaller room off of Demumbrian.
Right.
It was cool. I went a handful of times.
Yeah.
It was fun. I think they all just got too busy.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, playing with Gene Simmons and Ace Frehley. You're back.
There we go. I don't know what happened there. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay, man. It happens. Technology is great, but sometimes it doesn't.
It has its limitations for sure.
Exactly. So, yeah, we were just talking about the Mercy Lounge, and I said when I was down there the second time, I went to the rock and roll residency.
Cool.
And that was awesome. Had a really good time.
Those are so fun.
Yeah, I think I drank too many Pabst Blue Ribbon that night, though.
Is that possible? I didn't know that was possible.
Well,
I thought those hydrated you.
That's right.
As a Canadian and a beer lover, I guess it probably isn't. It isn't possible. But it was a good time regardless. Now, in Nashville, it was you guys came to the attention of, and hopefully I pronounce his name right, producer Nick Raskulinecz, who has worked with the Foo Fighters, Velvet Revolver, Alice in Chains, and a personal favorite of mine, the Black Star Riders, and he just did the new Damon Johnson album, Battle Lessons. What was it like working with such a great and known producer? It must have been kind of learning on the fly, so to speak. Like, you probably learned a lot from him.
We did. We learned a great deal. I mean, we had all been in the studio in various projects many times. It's not like we were new to the studio, but definitely working with somebody whose like name and reputation sort of preceded meeting them. So it was initially a little intimidating, but he's just such a like lovable, big personality, fun, high spirit guy, like high energy, that pretty much immediately we just like, we shed all of our nerves and we were just like, let's get to making some cool sounding rock music. We learned a ton, but it never felt like an educational experience in that, like, we didn't feel like we had to be like, oh my gosh, we got to be on our best behavior. It's like, we're hanging out with this guy. He's our friend. He likes our music. He's going to help us become a better band. And it was just like a really awesome experience all the way around.
Yeah. Were you guys like, when he initially approached you, were you like, holy shit, man, this is awesome?
Yeah.
It was
exactly.
It was through a mutual friend that just like brought him out to see our live show, which is definitely like our best thing. If he probably would have sent us like our old tracks that we have, they didn't really like do us justice for our live show. So it was cool that he took the time out to come check us out. And we only played like 4 songs, I think. And that was enough for him to be like, oh yeah, I want to record you guys.
Wow. I mean, the stuff sounds amazing. Like, I think everything he's done, it always sounds great, but there's certain things that he really brought out in the music. Like, I listen to your songs and I can't really pinpoint a genre. I hear so many different influences, 70s, 80s, 90s, and current stuff as well. It kind of, it seems different elements of each genre are firmly planted. Can you guys kind of give me an idea of where you take your influences from in that aspect that kind of brought this sound all together?
I mean, for me, I definitely don't want to be any kind of throwback band, even though I do have like a high register voice for a male that, resembles a lot of classic rock music, but I love a ton of modern bands like Dinosaur Pileup and Broken Love and Royal Blood. But I also love, a lot of the old singers like Steven Tyler and Axl Rose and, a lot of the well-known classic rock, Sebastian Bach from Skid Row.
Oh, yeah.
So kind of just trying to like blend the two, be a happy medium.
Yeah. How about you, Greg?
Well, I mean, my personal influences are more into like pop, or like, if it's rock, it'd be like the Beatles. But I love pop music and I love R&B music. I think our what's so cool is all 5 of us bring something different to the table. But our goal is to like, obviously, it's easy to hear that we're influenced by classic rock, but we want to have like a unique modern kind of heaviness and like edgy, an edge to the sounds, but maintain like a really pop forward approach to melody, which I think is what makes the music so interesting. Is it's so heavy, but it's also so catchy. Hopefully,
Yeah, and which is kind of different than a lot of stuff that's out there today. I mean, you have certain bands that you can pinpoint and go, okay, like say Greta Van Fleet, for instance. You're like, okay, that's an obvious Led Zeppelin type of thing. Where I find when I listen to the tracks that I hear different things. I was like, okay, that kind of sounds like that's from that genre, and this sounds modern, but there's a different take on it. Or a guitar solo comes on, and I'll be like, oh, well, that sounds a little bit more classic rock, but it fits well with the sound that you guys are generating, which I think is really refreshing, to be honest with you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Now,
let's talk about the video for Dig Your Grave, which can be found on YouTube and was produced by Adam Eubank. It was interesting that before it started, it says it may cause seizures, and I assume that is due in part to the section where the guitar solo is, which is so cool. The guitar solo is going on, and you've got all this flashing back and forth, which looks it just looks awesome. And I was kind of, I was like, holy shit. I had to sit back, right? And some of the forest black and white footage it kind of reminded me of the Blair Witch Project. It's just got that grainy vibe to it. And, but I think the video portrays the message of the song. What can you tell me about the whole concept of the song in relation to the video?
Matt, the drummer, was actually the one that was coming up with all the ideas for extra footage, because Adam did our other two videos too, for Villain, which kind of is just like showing the band like where we rehearsed, to us in the studio, to us building up to the live show. And then we have the Blood in the Water video, which is kind of just, a playthrough video that we did. And we had captured some of that too for Dig Your Grave, but we didn't want to just have another playthrough video. And Matt, the drummer, is super into 80s horror films or just any kind of like thriller, that kind of stuff. So he wanted to do something dark. He came up with the idea going into the woods and doing some stuff with Drew Dixon, who's the guy that's carrying around the shovel. And he's another artist here in town that does like a heavy, muddy blues rock kind of thing. And so they just went up. Oh, Greg, you were there too. You went out there.
I was.
Too. Oh yeah,
I was.
I mean, you know more than me then, because you were out there.
No, you're spot on. I mean, it was, we just kind of walked around on this trail that had really cool angles that you could kind of get into the woods, and it was just the perfect time of year and perfectly overcast. And we broke a mirror and then got some weird shots, and Adam edited it all together masterfully.
I mean, when you guys saw it at the end, when you saw the final product, you must have been impressed, because it looks really good.
We had no real doubts going into it, but it was a challenge because, like Beau was saying, the previous videos were just kind of playthroughs. So this was the first one that sort of had a story or an implied storyline. But we were confident the whole time. Matt had a lot of great ideas. Adam had amazing ideas. So whenever we saw the finished product, it was like, we knew it was going to be awesome because Adam's awesome. But we're proud for sure.
Was that his? Did he propose that concept during of that guitar solo part, where the flashing back and forth, where it may give you a seizure?
Maybe. How did that happen? Were we just messing with the lights, or was he just messing with the lights and then found the strobe setting and it was like, oh shit, this might be cool for a certain section of the song? Or did he come with that already in mind? I don't remember, honestly.
Somebody had done something, because I think we brought purposely, he had like rented those strobe lights for that part.
Right. Yeah, I don't even really remember, but
it was a while ago that we shot that section of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It looks killer. It's really well done. Now,
thank you.
As you mentioned, the video for The Villain is more of a studio type. You guys are in the studio, then kind of playing live, and then there's a bunch of backstage footage. Just kind of a normal everyday band stuff. What I love about that song, it moves really well, and like I mentioned before, this is a song with that harmony vocal, especially in that first one where it comes in on the first verse. It's just like, it captures you right away. You're like, oh man, that sounds so good. So tell me, who is the villain? Is that directed towards somebody, or is it more of a metaphoric type of thing?
No. So when we initially met Nick, we had played through a bunch of our songs, and he really liked Blood in the Water. And so when we've been going to the studio with him, we've been doing 2 songs at a time. And he really liked Blood, and he's like, I need you guys to go into your rehearsal space, and I need you to write another song, and that's what we're going to record. Like, he wanted us to come up with a whole nother song. So I was gone doing something, but the rest of the band all got together at our unit and wrote that, and then they sent me a voice. Like, that night, I think y'all came up with pretty much the entire song, other than like little parts and stuff that Nick changed. And then they sent it to me in a voice memo, and just started working on the lyrics, and that one kind of just like came together really quickly, because I think we entered the studio maybe only a couple weeks after writing that song.
Yeah, it was brand new.
I like that. I like how it coincides with the name of the band, True Villains, The Villain. So it's kind of cool. That's, you can kind of...
And especially and for a lead single, we were like, is this cool, or is this like too on the nose, or...
Yeah,
we were a little...
Well,
but, I guess we're the villain. We are the villain,
You guys are the villain?
So we were like, we can do whatever the hell we want, you know what I mean? We can release a self-titled song, and it's going to be fine.
Exactly. Well, I mean, if Black Sabbath can release a song called Black Sabbath...
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing. So it is what it is. I think it's cool. I think it really... stands out as you guys as a band. Like, okay, like these guys have a bit of balls. It's like, okay, this is
right.
You know what I mean? You guys you're not being safe, which it seems a lot of bands today try to be safe. A lot of, I think, bigger bands. I mean, but they're also being pushed in the direction of the major, the machine, I guess, as you would call it too. So
right.
So that's fair.
Yeah, we have the benefit of not being really pushed in too many directions right now. Yeah. So we're really trying to just go all out. And if people perceive it as being like arrogant or cocky or something, then who cares?
Exactly. And I mean that's a rock and roll attitude, I think, or it used to be. Right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Now let's talk about Blood in the Water. Now, and I said, well, it was a third of the fourth track, and I just assumed it was an EP, but as you guys had stated, it's, the 3 songs that have been released. The other one I got was Awake at Night, I believe it was. So
that'll be our next single.
Cool. I'll make sure you look for that. So, so let's talk about Blood in the Water. It's set in a warehouse. It looks cool as well. So I mean, same producer on all 3 videos. And I mean, the filming looks great. It's high def, looks amazing. Tell me about that track. I mean, Blood in the Water is kind of almost a deep type of subject, like a little gory or horror. Like you mentioned, your drummer, he's into horror stuff. I mean, the question is, why is the blood in the water?
That song's more just like a fuck you to all these people that say they're going to help you, and they just talk a lot and then don't really do anything.
Okay.
And they bait you into thinking that they're gonna help you, or that they can steer your career in the direction of success, and then maybe it doesn't pan out that way.
A lot of empty promises from industry people, and I don't know. People just do a lot of talking. Nobody wants to hop on board until everyone else is already on board.
I mean, I'm sure that happens quite a bit in Nashville.
It does. I think everyone here in the industry can relate to that. It does happen all the time.
Yeah. So I mean, and I should ask this, Beau, you mentioned you moved to Nashville a few years ago. How long have you both been in Nashville?
I can't remember how long I've been here. I've either been here have I been here 3 years?
I think so. I think at least, because it's 2021. So I mean, you've been here since 2017 at the latest. Like you might have even been earlier than that.
Maybe it's been 4 years. Yeah. 3 or 4 years.
How did you guys all hook up as a band?
I met Barry, Matt, and Tim on Craigslist.
Oh, wow.
When I was living in Minnesota, because I was just looking to move somewhere, and I'd come to Nashville on vacation and just thought it was a cool city, and there's more opportunity out here than I would have in Minnesota. So I saw their ad, and I thought their songs were cool, and looked them up and moved down here. And then they already knew Greg from some other gigs.
Yeah, I was in I play with a pop country singer with Tim. He and I were like a part of this artist backing band. So we met that way. And he was telling me about a rock project that he was starting, and they needed some keyboards on, they were going to record 5 or 6 songs, and they just needed some keyboards on a couple of them. So I came in the studio and then never really left the picture.
Wow.
So
that's cool. Now, Do you play other instruments besides keyboards, or are you strictly keyboards?
I mean, I play a little bit, like I play drums and I play a little guitar, but not at the level to where I would like market myself as a drummer or a keyboardist in a town like Nashville.
Yeah.
I would say that playing the keyboard is my most marketable skill.
Right. So yeah. So when you're playing gigs, you're primarily playing keyboards, then?
Generally, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And Beau,
singing.
And singing, of course, right? And Beau, are you primarily a singer?
Yeah, I started out music like I really got into rock when I started playing guitar, but then wound up becoming a singer because I could sing on key in my first band, so they just like forced me into it, and then I slowly just like kind of stopped playing guitar and just focused on singing, and now I pretty much suck at guitar, so I'm just a singer.
we need to put all those former bandmates on our Christmas card list, because we owe a lot to them for forcing you to become a singer.
That's right. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, former bandmates.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, I mean, as we close out, tell my listeners where they can find True Villains: website, streaming, social media, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, True Villains Nashville. You can pretty much find us on any social media there, for Instagram, Facebook. We started a TikTok, but we have not posted anything yet, so we're going to be working on that. And then our website, too, is True Villains Nashville. And then they can stream our music on pretty much anything.
Cool.
Obviously, Spotify, iTunes, big ones.
Yeah. Now, is there talk of doing a full-length release eventually?
Sure. I mean, we're just kind of doing it one or two at a time right now, but everybody would love to do a full length. Yeah, I think everybody's favorite art form in existence is like the LP. You know, I think that's the pinnacle of art. Yeah. So of course, would love to do that, but we're just taking it one step at a time right now, and you know, kind of playing the single release each month or every couple of months, and play with the algorithms on Spotify to try to get our numbers up. You know what I mean? That's the kind of modern day approach. But I personally would love nothing more than to release a full length record someday.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I'd love to hear this on full length. I would love to hear it on LP, to be like you mentioned, the LP.
Like an album. That'd be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to hear this stuff on LP. Just crank the crap out of it on my stereo.
Yeah.
I mean,
us too.
I can do that on YouTube, but I mean, there's just something about an LP, you know, like you get the album, you pull it out, you look at the cover, and it's funny. I did that last night. I was at the used shop the other day, and I came home with, I went in for like one album and came out with like a huge stack of vinyls.
Yeah, totally.
And like $150 later, and so
no regrets
whatsoever. You know, I got some Foreigner, a couple Robert Plant albums, you know, just a couple Canadian artists like Triumph and Aldo Nova. And then Steve Earle was in there too. So
wow.
Yeah,
cool.
So it was a bit of a wide spectrum of what I had. But last night it was, okay, I'm gonna have a beer. I'm gonna throw these on, and I'm gonna look at the jacket and read the lyrics. The Steve Earle lyrics were pretty. I was like, wow, this guy is a great lyricist. I mean, I've been listening to him since I was a kid, but I never actually sat down and listened to the lyrics. So that was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's the vehicle in his music. It's very lyric driven, and he's a wordsmith.
Yeah, and it's funny because some of those words, you're like, how the hell did he even? It's cool to come up with the words, but then you've got to friggin' make them go all together.
You're right, and then you got to sing them. Yeah,
that's right. And it's like there's certain lines. I mean, it was the Exit album, which is his second release, and I'm just looking at these lyrics, and I'm like, the guy it just blew me away, even though I've been a fan for 30 years.
Sure. Well, it's all that experience of, you know, reading the liner notes, reading the lyrics, listening to it. It's just like that whole experience is just, there's nothing better than that.
Exactly. Yeah. So hopefully True Villains, I will see it on vinyl one day. I would love to see that. But guys, I really want to thank you for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
No problem. And the best of luck. And hopefully the next time I'm down in Nashville, I will see you guys on Broadway.
Yeah, look us up. Yeah,
I'll look you up. And you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You as well. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks.